Hello and welcome to SGN Tech Forum. In last video, we stood up Meraki network and this is how I'm connected. So right now I'm using Meraki wireless network to connect to internet and connect to my org. And now what we are going to do, we are going to add another or a LAN portion of it. That means I'm bringing Catalyst 9K because you may have more users at your branch or in your office which want to connect using a wired port. So you'll need some kind of switch, and assume you are already a Cisco customer using Catalyst 9K. You really like your Meraki dashboard because it can give you all the simple troubleshooting, real-time monitoring, etc. in cloud. How you can leverage the same for your switch infra, and that's what we are going to do. In this video, we are going to focus on Catalyst monitoring by Meraki, and in next video, we are going to do even better. We are going to convert our Catalyst to a Meraki managed switch. That means you can do more with it. All right. So this is the agenda. Let's go ahead and understand real quick what are the use case. Overview, as I gave you overview, that cloud monitoring for Catalyst offered by Meraki is a cloud-based solution that provides real-time monitoring and troubleshooting for your Catalyst network. PS, when a Catalyst switch is a cloud monitor, it has read-only functionality. That means you cannot make any changes from your dashboard. What are the use case? Why you would like to do that? One of the use case I already touched base, that if you are a Catalyst customer and you want to enjoy the same Meraki dashboard functionality for your Catalyst network, you can get started by by doing this and without any additional cost. Or if you are if you are looking to migrate, like from Meraki monitored eventually to Meraki manager, this could be your first step. So you can onboard it as in a monitor mode, get familiarity, and then there is a support available for manage mode, and that's what we are going to do, right? So what is the onboarding requirement specific in this video? You need to be on iOS XE 17.10 or above. It is supported only for uh, some Catalyst models, so make sure before you align your network for onboarding, go back to Cisco documentation and make sure your hardware is supported. So that's software and hardware requirement. Again, for Meraki side, you need to be uh, full admin access at org level because you will need API key. I'm going to show you that. Okay. So what are your onboarding options? There are two ways to onboard. Cisco made it really easy using onboarding app that you can download for your any kind of operating system. We are going to use a Mac OS operating system and do the onboarding, but it is available for Windows and Linux, etc. Or second option is you can use Meraki Cloud or Meraki Dashboard itself to onboard Catalyst. Again, after that, the onboarding app and Meraki Cloud will perform configuration changes to the Catalyst switch during or immediately after the onboarding process. So be aware that when you onboard devices, there are some configuration changes will happen on switch, and if you are enterprise, you want to document all the changes, then it's better to do it in a change window. The app only applies to the app only applies the minimum changes required to enable cloud monitoring functionality. So let's focus on onboarding app, what it is doing, right? So if you use the option onboarding app, what happened? Enabling system services like IP routing, netconf, SSH access, LLDP for network topology discovery, because it will become part of your Meraki network. So it need all these things, yeah, functionalities. Ensuring secure device access from the cloud, such as Meraki user account and key creation, AAA authentication and authorization, VTY line should be secure. That means Meraki cloud can securely communicate with the switch. Configuring a TLS tunnel for cloud connectivity. So uh, don't get scared or afraid that you need to do a tons of configuration. That thing is all orchestrated using onboarding app, and we will be doing onboarding live in this call. What is the prerequisite for this option? Catalyst device to onboard need access to Cisco Cloud with a gateway corresponding with dashboard region TCP port 443. So in last video, you have seen we have done some minimum configuration on switch. That means assign an IP address, make sure it can reach out to internet and go to api.meraki.com and other Meraki URLs on port 443. The computer used for onboarding, since you're using onboarding app, your computer must have reachability to the dashboard. And then finally you must have SSH access between the PC or computer what you're using for onboarding to the switch. That means you need to be in the same network. I mean reachable in the network, not in the same subnet, but there must be an SSH access, and that's what I'm doing. We have SSH logged in to our switch. This has timed out. Let me go ahead and log in. Before that, let's finish the option number 2. And finally, we have option 2. That means you can onboard your device using Meraki Cloud, configuring syslog and SNMP trap to cloud, enabling subscription for telemetry streaming and AVC, NetFlow, etc. So here you need to do some prerequisite work so that it can talk to Meraki Cloud. But I like the app option better because it make things really easy. So let's go ahead and choose the app option. For that, we are going to log into our Meraki dashboard, and this is our network. Within this network, first thing I want to show you is uh, how you can go and find how to add a network catalyst, right? So for that, we are going to go to org and say add devices. So within inventory, you can come here, come to inventory and say inventory. Yes, this is the banner. As you can see, if you are in Meraki 18.1 and above, you will see this banner. Add your Cisco Catalyst 9K device into dashboard. Did you know you can bring Cisco Catalyst 9K devices into dashboard? Click on learn how. You can see add Cisco Catalyst switches to dashboard, onboarding app version, and we have app available as I mentioned for different operating system. Download the app. I have already downloaded the app and it is ready to go. You can also review the onboarding guide. So let's look at the onboarding guide real quick. We are not going to go through all of it, but this is our onboarding guide, and this is the supported hardware model. In case you are looking to onboard, please be sure you come and check your hardware model here. And then look at cloud monitoring, detailed configuration. So we are enabling netconf, we are enabling LLDP, SSH version 2, and then the route, adding a static route to the cloud and some authentication. You can see it is also configuring some ACLs, etc. So everything is very transparent, right? I will leave the this link in the description section so that you can go and read through it. Okay, so let's go back to our dashboard. Sorry about that. This is our dashboard. I have already downloaded the app, so we are not going to download it again. Also, let me show you one important thing: organization, API, and webhook. You will need an API key for your this onboarding process, and I have already created an API key and copy and pasted ready to go. So that's what you will need. And to create an API key, please remember you will need a full admin org level access. Let's go ahead, and I'm connected to that network using this SSID, so I should have access to the Catalyst switch. So on interface VLAN 1, we have IP address DSCP running, and we have an IP route going back to our MX, okay? Because that's where we are getting this thing. And now from here, let's look at show Meraki compatibility. As you can see, we are ready to go. We have compatible, and this is supported model. So now what we are going to do, we have checked our baseline. I have already downloaded the app. As you can see, cloud monitoring for Catalyst. The app is here on, and it is asking you to do some kind of agree and continue uh, terms and condition acceptance. I'm fine with this. So I'm going to say agree and continue. Cloud monitoring. And here you go. You need a dashboard API key. Okay. So as soon as you enter the app, you can see you will need dashboard and API key, and go ahead and say start. Will the app actually reach out to Meraki Cloud? You may see multiple org name, depend how many org you're part of. For me, just one. Now, here it is asking to put the switch IP address, username and password, and enable password. So from Meraki dashboard, we know that this is the IP address and we have created a username and password previously. We don't have any enable password. At this point of time, most of the time, if you are in brownfield deployment, that means you have an existing network, the switch has everything required, login permission, etc. But for us, we are bringing just a fresh switch. That means it is a factory default version. It has nothing configured. What we are missing here is some prereq configuration. Say for example, cloud monitoring detailed device configuration. It is expecting some configuration like netconf yang, LLDP run, SSH version 2 with authentication algorithm, right? So let's go ahead and configure those things. Netconf netconf yang, LLDP run for topology discovery, and then IPSSH, public key password support. And also you need to make sure that you have AAA new model available. And we are going to go back to app because we have done the minimum configuration, and let's see if app can take it from there and do additional configuration. So the step one is start SSH authentication. Again, you can see exit who. So right now I'm the only user logged in to this, and when we start the authentication, you will see Meraki dashboard will try to log in. To check that, what we are going to do, we are going to apply this quick applet so that we can monitor all the logs in real time. Let's go ahead and start SSH session. You must be in enable mode to onboard the device. There is no enable secret assigned. That's the reason. Let me go ahead and assign enable secret. Same thing. Enable secret 0, and I'm going to say Avengers, our favorite password. Okay, I'm going to go back and specify password. Hopefully I typed it right, and let's try to start authentication session. Good, we have successful SSH connection because of this AAA new model, right? When you have AAA new model, you actually go into exec mode unless you have the enable credentials. Okay, go to next. Before onboarding, it does some kind of pre-check so that it makes sure that hardware, software, and minimum configurations are in place. As you can see, we have the right version, we have the right image, we have TCP 443 connectivity, we have AAA configured supported, all those things. PTI slot is available. IP routing is not enabled, but let's see. Or maybe it's by default enabled, we don't know. IP routing must be enabled. I was correct. You say IP routing and see if switch can retry this SSH authentication. Next, start pre-check, checking device eligibility. IP routing is enabled, ready for onboarding. Bingo. I'm so pleased with this. Finally, we have everything available, and let's look at the device. Here, as you can see, we are getting all sort of like a logs. Very good. We are ready for onboarding. That's a good news. Let's go. Assign to network, and we know which network we want to assign. The newly created network which ends in APX, where I'm right now connected. Show details. What it is going to do. Configuration changes for 10.53.1.4. That is my switch. Shut down the previous tunnel before cleaning up. If there is any tunnel, ensure old tunnel config is removed and all those things. And then we have this configuration required system services, and all this is the complete workflow it is going to do here. Let me take a screenshot and I'm going to post this with along with the config. And we are ready. Confirm configuration changes. I'm happy with the changes. Next, apply configuration changes to selected device. Yes, please do so. Starting config mode, and it is actually giving you human readable logs, not exact CLIs, but it's good. We know what we are doing, creating loopback and all those things. Grant CLI access local without consulting AAA, waiting for device to be available, existing config, committing change, etc. etc. Device is connected successfully. Then same thing from CLI perspective, you can watch from here that we have a Meraki user configured, which is actually conf t. We are going to conf t and we are configuring things here. Okay, so it's a good that applet can give you a CLI level visibility. And I'm going to say next. We are ready. Device is connected successfully. Very nice. This is the view part. Okay, when you click on view, something interesting happen. So I have my device now available already here. That is really awesome. Okay, let's go back to our app so that we can finish the workflow. Next, and that's it. So let's go back to our network, and here you can go see if I go to my network switches, monitor switches, bingo. We have a Meraki switch with a obviously there is no name host name, but you can see the MAC address. And the interesting thing is monitor only. It is tagged with monitor only so that you know that this is a Catalyst switch, but it is running in monitor only mode. Okay, we have the serial number, and this is actually a Meraki serial number, not um, Catalyst serial number. What we can do from Meraki dashboard now, so we have the connectivity, right? So you can select the switch, and it says device is running an unsupported, no telemetry is being received from device. Just give it some time. The things will be things are coming up. Just now we have insufficient data for this right now. Once we have this, what we can do, we can go to ports and we can look at all the ports. So where we are connected, how we are connected, all those port information we can get. And finally, just like your MX security appliances, you have the tool available. That means you can do you can cycle the port, you can look at the MAC forwarding table. We have something connected on this switch. Let's see if we can learn the MAC port. Yes, 24 and port number 1 where we have PC connected, so we can see the MAC address of that. This is your MAC forwarding table. We can cycle the port based on the port number, and then you can also launch terminal. As you can see, since our console was very busy here, we were logging everything. This is a neat and clean console. And again, I'm going to do a who running your command not allowed, show run. So some commands are not allowed, some commands are allowed. As you can see, we can see all the configurations from here. And the things to note, whatever configuration during onboarding it was displaying, all those configuration are in place. So we have access class applied on our VTY line. We have access list configured, and interestingly, as you can see, now it has applied the cloud cloud IP address, because we were not aware, right, what cloud IP address we should be using. So all those things, like here, secure cloud access. So we were not sure like what host to permit for the cloud communication, and this was pushed from Meraki side directly from the dashboard directly using onboarding app. So things are looking good. We are This is our uh, MX, but we are interested in switching. This is the old tab. Let me refresh it and you will see what is changing in real time. Now we have switching populated, because now this network has a switch, and that's why we have the switching menu available. From switching menu you can control switches. We cannot configure anything because right now our Meraki is in monitor mode. So all you can do is like go to monitor and allow it some time. See, now the name is populated. Earlier it was a MAC address. So slowly the data is coming, and things will eventually go green, and you can do a whole lot of things with this. So this is what I wanted to show you with Meraki Monitor. I hope you like the video. Next step, we are going to convert this to Meraki Manage so that we can configure things. Uh, so I'll see you in next interesting video. Please do like, subscribe, share, and stay with me. Thank you.